Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Seeds of Faith. I am Reverend Siddiqui. The seed for today is taking care of what's not ours.
Jesus also said to the disciples, "There was a rich man who was informed of accusations that his manager was wasting his assets. So he called the manager in and said to him, 'What is this I hear about you? Turn in the account of your administration, because you can no longer be my manager.' Then the manager said to himself, 'What should I do, since my master is taking my position away from me? I'm not strong enough to dig, and I'm too ashamed to beg. I know what to do, so that when I'm put out of management, people will welcome me into their homes.' So he contacted his master's debtors, one by one. He asked the first, 'How much do you owe my master?' The man replied, 100 measures of olive oil.' The manager said to him, 'Take your bill, sit down quickly, and write 50. Then he said to another, 'And how much do you owe?' The second man replied, 100 measures of wheat.' The manager said to him, 'Take your bill, and write 80. The master commended the dishonest manager because he acted shrewdly. For the people of this world are more shrewd in dealing with their contemporaries than the people of light. And I tell you, make friends for yourselves by how you use worldly wealth, so that when it runs out, you will be welcomed into the eternal homes. The one who is faithful in a very little is also faithful in much, and the one who is dishonest in a very little is also dishonest in much. If then you haven't been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who will entrust you with the true riches? And if you haven't been trustworthy with someone else's property, who will give you your own? No servant can serve two masters. For either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money."
Good morning, friends. Did you enjoy the story? It was a little tricky, wasn't it? Jesus told this story to teach us something important about being responsible with what we're given. Sometimes we get to use things that don't really belong to us. Maybe you borrow a toy from a friend or a book from the library, or even use someone's phone or iPad. How we take care of those things shows if we can be trusted with more. So, 3 lessons to learn from this story. 1. Take care of what belongs to someone else. If a friend lets you borrow a toy and you take care of it, they'll trust you to borrow it again. But if you break it or lose it, they'll probably won't. Jesus says God notices how we care for what's not ours, because really, everything we have belongs to God. 2. Be faithful with little things. Like when you feed the class hamster at school, if you do it well, the teacher might trust you with bigger jobs later. Sometimes we think, oh, it's just a small job, no big deal. But Jesus says, if we are faithful in small things, God can trust us with bigger things. And 3, taking care of God's things is one way we show our love for God. We choose to serve God when we use the things God gives us to help others. So here is a seed for this week. As followers of Jesus, we are challenged to take care of what belongs to someone else, to be faithful with little things, and to remember that caring for God's things is serving God. When we take care of what God gives us, even if it's small, God sees that we can be trusted with more. And that's how we show love for God, by being responsible and kind with what's in our hands. So this week, remember, If I'm faithful with little, God can trust me with more. See you next week. Bye.